You're not losing trades because the market is hard. You're losing them because you got bored. The market will literally hand you a trade, and you'll still blow it because you got tired of waiting for it to actually set up. I've watched perfect moves play out without me because I moved too early. I've turned a bad day into a blow-up day by forcing trades trying to claw it back. I've entered on a winning streak feeling untouchable and got humbled immediately. I told myself it was a discipline problem. Just wait, just be patient. It worked for a day. Then the chart sat there for an hour doing nothing and I entered anyway. That's not a discipline problem. That's a clarity problem. If you don't know exactly what a ready market looks like, waiting just becomes boredom. And boredom makes you see setups that aren't there. You call it analysis, but it's just impatience with a story attached. The question that fixed it for me wasn't how do I get more disciplined? It was what exactly needs to be true before I touch this trade. The market doesn't care that you've been staring at it for 2 hours. It moves when it's ready. Your job is to recognize that moment and not a second before. Once you can do that, patience stops feeling hard. It just becomes obvious. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact conditions I look for, how to tell when a setup is real, and how to stop mistaking boredom for opportunity. Now, I wasn't a bad trader. My skill level from when I was a losing trader to when I later became profitable was pretty much the same. The difference was, I had bad timing. I'd wait for the price to be at a level, then establish a bias and enter a trade to the next level. That's pretty standard, right? But then I'd get stopped out early and miss the real trade later on. I entered before the market was ready, and that would lead to a whole bunch of other problems. I'd try compensating by taking a trade at the next level, or even worse, enter in the opposite direction. I'd overtrade, revenge trade, and flush my entire P&L down the drain. When you miss a trade, you get completely thrown off track, especially if it's a trade you were waiting to take, because your system and your structure is like being on a train track. You have this precise plan, and it keeps you moving forward in a calm and structured way. But once you get thrown off track, you're basically left in the wild with no protection. You don't have the system keeping you disciplined anymore, and your psychology is completely exposed. This is when you'll take trades that you'll look back on and think, what the hell was I doing? And that's where you feel like you're a bad trader, because you have the urge to recalibrate and get back on track, but you just get pushed further and further off the track instead. Now, being derailed will always be a losing game. Trying to fight it will only make it worse. As soon as you're off the train, chances are that anything you try to get back on the train will only make it worse, because that's the mistake most traders make. I've had traders ask me what the best move or strategy is when they miss a trade and get derailed. And the truth is, there is no best move. The best move is to not end up there in the first place. Once you end up there, you're left alone with just your raw emotions and no clear direction. It's not a winning fight. You'll lose pretty much every time. So the real question isn't how to put out the fire once it starts. It's how to never end up there in the first place. That's how we keep everything clean and sailing smoothly. And the way we do this is through the second letter of the LCE model, which is confirmation. That's how we stay calibrated and calm for the entire session, regardless of what happens. So let me show you exactly how you do that for a real trade. Take a look at this chart and tell me, what's your read? We've now broken into this supply level from below, and we're consolidating. So if you had to decide, which direction do you think we'd move in? And would you buy, sell, or stay out? Because this is exactly the moment where most traders get themselves into trouble. Price is sitting there, it's moving, and something feels like it's about to happen, and the itch kicks in. You feel like you need to have an answer right now. There's constant tension because there could be a potential entry at every new tick. But here's what confirmation does. It removes that pressure entirely. You just need to know what the market has to show you before you're allowed to act. And until it shows you that, you do nothing. So if you've been following the LCE model, you know that the price only has two options. And if you need to brush up on the LCE model, I'll link some videos here right now. But the two options are that the price will either move to the supply level above or the demand level below. So when we're making our decision, we just need to know whether it'll move in one direction rather than the other. Now, recent price action here is giving mixed signals. If you're just reading candles, it's not obvious. You could talk yourself into a long or a short and find a reason to justify either one. And that's exactly how you end up in a bad trade. So that's where the EMA cloud comes in. The cloud here is sloping up and the price is trending up. So we're showing clear bullish momentum. That tells me one thing, that buyers are in control until proven otherwise. And that's the key word, until. Because nothing is guaranteed in the market, of course. You could have everything going in your direction and still get the trade completely wrong. So in our first scenario, which is that the price continues being bullish and moves to the upper supply level, we would need to see a breakout of this consolidation and through the edge of our current level. Once it breaks past that point, we can enter long and target the next level. The cloud would continue sloping and expanding upward. This is the confirmation you'd need to see to enter long. And it's very important that you visualize this before you enter anything. Because if you don't wait for confirmation, then you have a million possibilities. You could enter right now and the price could move up or down in the next few candles, and you'd be doubting yourself the entire time you're holding it. You'll flip your bias 15 times just by looking at price action over the next few bars and go through a range of emotions. Because the problem is you don't have concrete evidence that probability is on your side. Not without proper confirmation, at least. So if you don't visualize the market's possibilities before they happen, you're lost and stressed the entire time. But if you do, if you've already visualized exactly what confirmation looks like before it happens, then when the market shows it to you, there's no hesitation. You're not deciding in the moment. You already decided. You're just pulling the trigger now. Now let's look at the second possibility, which is that price moves to the lower demand level. Remember, the cloud is bullish and price is in an uptrend. We're hitting some resistance and consolidating, but the price is functionally bullish. There's no denying this. That means our bias should remain bullish until proven otherwise. And in the case that we'd go short, here's what we'd need to consider. The price would need to break through the cloud, drop under this supply level, and move to the next demand level. Then from there, the cloud would start sloping down and eventually flip bearish, which would give us enough structure and fuel to continue breaking lower. That means that until we get to this lower demand level, we don't have enough confirmation to go short. We're not going to go short at this current level, and we're not going to go short at any point in the middle. Given the fact that we're still in an uptrend with a bullish cloud, any dip should be treated as a pullback. We would need a structural break to confirm that the price is indeed bearish and more likely to move down than up. Until that happens with the break of this demand level and the flipping of this cloud, we don't have that confirmation. We don't have any indication that the price is more likely to move down than up. So anything that happens in this area means we don't engage. We don't even have to sit there and watch it, because we can just set alerts at the edge of the upper and lower levels. If the price just decides to range here and hits neither of our alerts for the entire session, then we'll never get alerted and never even open the chart to begin with. We don't waste any time on unnecessary price action. If our upper alert gets hit, then we go long. If our lower alert gets hit, then we go short. We don't have to think about this at all when it happens because we've already visualized it beforehand. I mean, when I get an alert, I usually enter the trade within the next few seconds. I even have my stop and target laid out, so I don't really need to be involved much past that. Now for this specific trade, it continued to the upside. Price tried to break under the cloud, failed, and then broke the high. That's your confirmation. Buyers are in control, and the market just told you directly. So now you're in. Stop goes under the cloud, target is the next supply level. Simple. And you just hold it. You're not watching every candle wondering if it's still valid. You're not flipping your bias because of one weird wick. You already know the trade is good until sellers show up at the next supply level with enough volume to push back. That's the only thing that changes the picture. Until then, you stay in and let it play out, and that's the whole trade. So you have clean pockets that tell you exactly what to do and what not to do. If price breaks out of this current level, you go long and hold until the next level. If the price breaks below this level, then you do nothing until the next level because the price does not have a clear bias toward either side yet. If the price breaks into the next level, then we go short and hold until the next level below, because market structure and momentum have both shifted to the downside. These are the only possibilities. The price can do whatever it wants in between, really, it doesn't matter. It can make a sideways barcode pattern for 5 hours, or it can make triangle patterns, or it can jump up and down. but it can still only be in one of these three pockets. And we only decide to enter a trade on a clear alert break. Then we take the trade, and whatever outcome it is, win or lose, we simply accept it and move on to the next level for the next potential trade. We don't need to be anxiously looking for an entry for hours, and then anxiously watching the trade the entire time, and then revenge trading or overtrading if that one doesn't work out. When you have clear separated structure, you physically can't make these mistakes. You're just waiting for it to tell you which pocket it's moving into, and when it does, you act. When it doesn't, you don't. There's nothing in between. That's what confirmation actually gives you. Not just better entries, a completely different relationship with the chart. You stop fighting the market and start working with it. And when you do that, patience stops being a struggle. Because you're not waiting on a feeling anymore. You're waiting on a fact. And by the way, if you want to master finding these setups and implementing this, join my accelerator program. You'll get access to a custom indicator with these exact levels mapped out, as well as private one-on-one support from me and a private community. If you're interested, the link is below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.